Real Treehouse.
Find your perfect place. It's easy at RE/MAX.com. Now RE/MAX.com offers more home listings to choose from than ever before. Nobody sells more real estate than RE/MAX.
Next on WCIA3 News at 6.
Good evening, I'm Dave Benton. In the mood for sweet potato fries? Robert's back on the road, finding the best food for your family.
You may remember the story we told you last month of a team of young Iraqi soccer players who got to come to Dallas to compete in an international tournament. Well, they're back home in Baghdad, and our Alan Pizzi went to check on them.
A playing field that is more dirt than grass. No netting on the goal. Bullet holes and barbed wire on the security wall behind it. A helicopter gunship clattering overhead, a long way from Dallas. The time the Iraqi under-14 national soccer team spent with Dallas families during the tournament was freedom they can only dream about at home, an education for them and for hosts who could never imagine how much the trip meant.
I very like Dallas.
You like it a lot?
Yes, and I very like my family, and I like my town.
But getting to practice in this town comes with huge risks for Hassan and his teammates. Star striker Ahmed Abbas lives in the infamous Sadr city, where indoor amusement is limited by power cuts and space, and playing in the street is out of the question. While American soccer parents might worry about a sprain, Marid Abbas lives in fear every time his son goes out. Because of the explosions, the abductions, Marid says, he is still so young and we cannot leave him alone to come and go. But the drive to train, to get better, to be the best, wins over fear every day. This team is in many ways the exact opposite of what is happening in Iraq, an example of working together that the politicians would do well to emulate. Kids as a role model for adults. Now there's a nifty move. The kids know all about Iraqi politics and violence and say they don't care. We're all Iraqis, Ahmed says. We are football players. And so much more. It wasn't parents on the sidelines the Iraqi kids had to impress. National TV covered them from the day they marched onto the field in the U.S., carrying the hopes and pride of a battered nation. And their efforts did make a difference. I think this team united Iraq, Coach Hassan al-Saathi says. I would even say terrorist attacks decreased when they played. In the end, they didn't win. The pain that was shared by the players who beat them. Inshallah, next year. The Iraqi kids hope they'll be back, to see friends and savor the lifestyle, and to try to win again. But in fact, they triumph every day, just by being what they are in a place like this. Alan Pizzi, CBS News, Baghdad.
And isn't that the truth? That's the news. I'm Bob Schieffer, CBS News, New York. We'll see you here tomorrow, I hope. Good night.
For news 24 hours a day, click on CBSNews.com. Brought to you in part by Walmart. With the deadline for Medicare Part D prescription drug enrollment coming up on May 15th, get all your Medicare information at your Walmart or Sam's Club pharmacy, or log on to walmart.com/Medicare. See why more people are watching the CBS Evening News with Bob Schieffer. Experience CBS News.
Tonight, thousands of people in central Illinois are left scrambling after internet troubles put their lives on hold.
And a warning for homeowners why you need to be on the lookout for scams this spring.
Plus, the new place in Paxton that's just waiting to be discovered. Robert's back on the road, finding the right restaurant for you.
And some areas of central Illinois have picked up some heavy amounts of rain. Rain is expected and some stray thunderstorms throughout the entire viewing area. Your news leader starts now.
Serving Champaign, Urbana, Danville, Decatur, and Springfield. This is your news leader, WCIA3 News at 6.
Good evening, I'm Dave Benton.
And I'm Jennifer Roscoe. Thousands of inside high-speed internet customers have been offline for days.
And for business owners who depend on the internet, they say no service is costing them plenty. WCIA3's Alyssa Havens live in the newsroom now. Alyssa, what seems to be the problem?
Well, Insight sent this notice to customers to warn them there'd be service interruptions while they made some upgrades to their system, but they told them it would only be for a couple of hours overnight. For some, they're going on day 4 of the problems.
I think probably the most frustrating part is not being able to communicate with them.
Larry Moore runs his computer business out of his home in Champaign.
I should be able to get into the internet from here.
But lately, he's had to leave home to log on.
Well, I actually had to go to a friend's office today.
Moore depends on the internet for work orders, what can add up to a couple $100s a day in requests. But with the internet troubles, he says he doesn't even know what he's missing.
It's probably either filtering some or missing some of those emails, so I have no way of knowing.
Computer savvy, Moore tried to power cycle his modem before the company even recommended it.
There you go. Same old, same old.
But the problems still exist. Insight managers say, quote, many of the sources of these problems have been fixed and outstanding problems have our full attention. However, the transition work continues until the end of the week. Insight managers say the work the company is doing is to make the whole system more efficient. But customers like Moore say they're so fed up, they're looking at any other option they can find.
Well, frustrating enough, so I called my telephone company today and tried to find out if DSL was available here.
It's about a step backwards, in my opinion. Locally, about 20,000 people use Insight's broadband service, but the management says that most of them shouldn't have been affected by this problem. In the newsroom, Alyssa Havens, WCIA3 News at 6.
Now, the company says customers who experience problems can call in for a credit on their bills.
The U of I Board of Trustees meets tomorrow in Chicago. The chief is not on the agenda, but there are a couple of important issues. The board will sign off on the $100 million Memorial Stadium renovation project, and members will vote on a new contract for basketball coach Bruce Weber. WCIA3 will be at the meeting tomorrow, and we'll have complete coverage at 5, 6, and 10. And a lot going on in Chicago. Today, the U.S. Olympics Committee met there. The city is one of 5 in the U.S. being considered to host the 2016 Summer Games. If Chicago is chosen, it could mean some sporting events would be hosted at Memorial Stadium. Chicago still needs to submit a bid, but the mayor seems serious about doing it. The committee will choose the host for the games in 2009.
Today, Champaign police issued an arrest warrant for the suspect involved in a bank robbery last week. They're looking for this woman, 45-year-old Crystal Robinson. Police say she walked into the First Federal Savings Bank on Springfield Avenue, demanded cash, and got away. No one was hurt. Now, if you know anything about her whereabouts, you should call Champaign Police or Crime Stoppers at 373-TIPS. Meanwhile, this man, Marion Jefferson, is charged with helping to rob at least 5 banks around the state. He was arrested last month outside the Community Plus Federal Credit Union. Rand 2 police arrested him after they say he and a group of Kankakee men robbed the bank. Now, he is the first of 7 men from that robbery to be charged. The rest will be in federal court this week. An accused killer in Decatur pleaded not guilty today.
Police say 20-year-old Carl Riley shot and killed 20-year-old Lacey Robb at their home last month. He told police their home was robbed. Riley will be back in court next month. A man involved in a shooting with an Atwood police officer remains in critical condition tonight. Police say Daniel Helmuth and the officer got into an argument during a traffic stop yesterday morning. Police say they fought and the gun went off, hitting Helmuth in the neck. No charges are pending. State police are still investigating.
Con artists are getting busy targeting homeowners in Danville. Police are looking into 3 scams where suspects went door to door posing as roof repair crews. Investigators say they are targeting older women. A sign to look out for: payment up front. Officers say that legitimate repair crews usually ask for you to pay later.
You start hearing terms like special deals, today and today only. When you hear about special pricing, but you have to pay cash today, all the red flags should be going off in your head.
Anyone with tips should call Danville Police.
Drivers in Ford County may want to drive around a little longer to find the cheapest gas. And we're talking about more than just a few pennies. WCIA3's Alexandra Harold is here to explain. Alexandra.
Well, that's right. We've all come to expect a few pennies difference depending on where you go to fill up. But in Paxton, it's about 15 cents cheaper in town than it is by the highway. Now, this BP station off of I-57 is charging $2.85 a gallon for regular gas. Just a few miles away in Paxton city limits, it's $2.69, and that's another BP station. Some say the fluctuations have gotten worse in recent days, and no one's sure why.
It does cause a little bit more hassle, a little bit more stress, because I do have to figure out which way I want to go with it and what's the cheaper prices. So yeah, it is a little bit more stressful.
The cashiers say drivers often take out their frustrations on them when they have no control over the pricing. Now, the operator of one of the stations with the more expensive gas was not available for comment. Dave.
All right, thanks very much, Allie. Well, the deadline to register for Medicare's drug program is a week away now, but seniors across Illinois and the country want Congress to extend that deadline because they say the program is confusing and flawed. Seniors in Champaign County joined healthcare consumer advocates from across the state to urge Congress to extend the deadline to enroll. Many say that they have already, although they needed help to sign up. Now, some say the plan is supposed to save them money, when actually it leaves them with limited and more expensive coverage.
The new bus route running between Danville and Champaign is showing signs of success. The service started in March, and already tons of folks have taken advantage of the service. Last month, nearly 600 riders took the bus. It's also helped increase overall ridership on Danville buses by 13%. The service started in order to help people in Danville get to work in Champaign-Urbana, but Danville's Mass Transit District says people are also taking it so they can shop and get to the doctor.
A teacher in Ford County got a surprise assembly in her honor today for her work keeping kids safe. Judy Weber-Jones teaches driver's education at Gibson City Melvin Shibley High School. Now today, the state superintendent, Randy Dunn, showed up to give her the state's PATH Award, which stands for People Are Today's Heroes. Weber-Jones helped to establish the now nationally known Project Ignition to promote seatbelt use and safe driving. Now, she says that she had no idea this assembly was for her.
I think this is one of the highest honors that you can get, knowing that the governor recognized you and your program. That just means the world to me.
Project Ignition took first place in a national competition. The students won $10,000, and IDOT plans to air their commercials. While hundreds of elementary students in Macon County are experiencing life in the fast lane.
The Careers on Wheels featured various vehicles like fire trucks, police cars, and Caterpillar equipment. Students could go inside, learn more about the equipment and the job that comes along with it.
Well, the Illini tennis team hits the road for the NC2A tournament. We've got the details coming up in your 3-minute drill.
Also on the road, Robert Reese finds a new restaurant in Central Illinois that's quickly becoming a big hit.
And it was a gray, gloomy day in Central Illinois and a lot of rain for some folks in Central Illinois. We'll pinpoint those in just a moment. 58 is the current temperature. Winds out of the east now at 10 miles per hour. Dew points at a fairly juicy 53. We'll be back to tell you where all the rain fell today.
You're watching WCIA3, your news leader, with Jennifer Roscoe, Dave Benton, Storm Tracker weather with Judy Fraser, and Jason Elliott on sports. This is WCIA3, News at 6.
Carter's gives you free merchandise. That's right, Carter's is offering an additional 10% in free merchandise with every purchase. Choose from Carter's 30 to 50% off low prices on bedrooms, dining rooms, sofas, chairs, and more. Then get an additional 10% in free merchandise, furniture, lamps, accessories, free anything in the store. Or choose 1 year's free financing. Remember, low prices plus an additional 10% in free merchandise or 1 year's free financing. Now at Carter's Furniture in Urbana.
Choose any 2 hand-dipped milkshakes and we'll pour them into a single glass. Who says you can't have it both ways?
One reason to come to Steak 'n Shake is our service. Let's break that word down. Serve. At Steak 'n Shake, we come to your table to take your order, cook your order to order, then bring you your order. Ice.
Steak 'n Shake, famous for steak burgers.
For years, Gordman's has tried to help you make the right choice for Mother's Day. But quite frankly, many of you are simply not listening. For instance, only give animal life when requested. We have people who can help you. And this is only a suggestion. The Gordman's gift card. She'll have thousands of items to choose from, all her favorite brands, all up to 60% off department and specialty store prices. Gordman's, something unexpected.
CBS Health Watch is sponsored by Crestor. Want to know what Crestor is truly about? Visit Crestor.com and ask your doctor if Crestor is right for you.
Trouble sleeping? When is it time to seek professional help? What can you do if you're not sleeping? Join WCIA3's Dave Benton, waking you up to a new you. Sleep Clinic, tonight at 10 on WCIA3, your news leader. Catch WCIA3's Storm Tracker weather on Extra 99.1. Now, Storm Tracker weather with Judy Fraser.
And our Storm Tracker radar came alive today with lots and lots of color, and you can still see it out there. Precipitation has been pretty hefty right along I-70. Actually, for most of the day between Champaign and Effingham, the heaviest rain has occurred. It has spread out a little bit more, but the heaviest continues right in this area. And we'll show you just how much has fallen in the last couple of hours with this particular cell or cells that are moving through. 50 is what we're looking at for an overnight low. Showers and an occasional thunderstorm still expected through the evening hour for much of central Illinois. And as I said, precipitation amounts have been fairly substantial. Let's put together a couple of these pictures from late this afternoon through this early evening hour, and you can definitely see where some of the red and the orange is where some of the heaviest precipitation has occurred. And for many hours, it just kind of stayed in one spot, and now it has begun to expand to include more of central Illinois. We have a cold front that is stalled just east of I-57, and we have a low pressure system, one in a series actually for the next couple of days, that is slowly moving along to the northeast. And actually none of these systems have anywhere to go, so unfortunately this system is going to plague us for the next couple of days. Perhaps not as heavy as it is today, but certainly a chance of showers and an occasional thunderstorm. The Doppler estimate shows definitely where the heaviest has occurred, especially in the Paris area. I mean, they have just been inundated with precipitation. They now have 4 2/22 of an inch, and that's the rain they've had in the afternoon hours. Mattoon coming in at 8/10, 84/100 of an inch in Effingham. Champaign-Urbana just a 19/100 of an inch, and of course out to the west, we haven't even had anything measurable as of yet. And in Hoopeston, Audrey Mushrush reporting 4/10 of an inch. This is the big storm, and it's a lollapalooza, and it's not going anywhere. There's a strong blocking high in Canada and northeast portion of the country, and it's just keeping everything at a standstill. So this is going to just kind of meander and loop for the next couple of days, and that's going to keep us under cloudy skies with precipitation, perhaps, as I said, not as heavy. This is the futurecast showing where the heaviest rain is expected to occur through Friday, and it definitely is in those eastern and southeastern counties. Our forecast for tonight does include showers and thunderstorms throughout the area. None of these have been severe, but the possibility of heavy rainfall exists, especially along I-70, sandwiched between I-70 and I-74. 51 is the low expected. Winds are expected to pick up. This is a very deep and intense low pressure system. And tomorrow we are looking at more showers in the forecast with a high of 58. Now we get the other shoe, which is the cooler air and the very strong winds from the west, 20 to 25, gusting at times to 40. So that's going to make for a cold, clammy day. And 51 is what we're looking at in Springfield, Effingham, Charleston, Mattoon area. Breezes picking up, and tomorrow a high up around 58 degrees. Showers are likely with strong winds. And the rest of the week into the weekend, into the beginning of next week, nothing but clouds, light rain, and no warm weather, really.
Oh, boy.
Just 60s and 50s.
I'm so looking forward to the next couple of days.
I know.
What drought, huh?
I am too.
All right, thanks, Judy.
Thanks.
A mother in Vermilion County is using another tool to find her missing son.
Ryan Ketcher vanished 5 years ago while he was a student at the U of I. Now his mother's hoping some of his old items give investigators a DNA lead. That's one of the stories we're working on new tonight at 10. Also, the decision that changed this man's life forever. Could the same move lead to a better rested new you? We'll find out tonight at 10.
And still to come at 6, where you can find some of the best sweet potato fries around.
Sounds good. Also coming up tonight.
It's my turn to help them back.
How this fire victim's tragedy helped inspire her to become a giver.
Find the best plants at your Big R store. Every spring, Big R offers a showcase of beautiful flowers of every description and a great variety of vegetable plants ready for your garden. You'll find trees and shrubs to complement your yard and all kinds of plant life to make your outdoor projects sing. It's springtime, and nature's beauty with Big R's help will give you the yard that all your neighbors will talk about. Shop your local Big R store.
In a loan or lease, have 2 or 3 years left to pay? O'Brien Auto Park in Urbana is gonna set you free and get you into a new vehicle today. Oh, $5, $15, even $30,000 on your old trade? Once we make a deal, O'Brien's gonna set you free so you can drive the new vehicle you really want. Need credit? We finance your future, not your past. Rush in today and let O'Brien Auto Park in Urbana set you free at the corner of University and Cunningham in Urbana.
Menards is your store for your summertime needs. Enjoy the warm summer weather in this 5-piece Modesto patio set, including 4 spring sling chairs with all-weather fabric and a 48-inch faux stone table, $395. Or choose durable wrought iron furniture by Plantation Patterns. A 5-piece patio set with 4 barrel-back dining chairs and a 42-inch table is $169. A 5-piece set with 4 spring action chairs and a 42-inch table in 2 colors, only $194.
Save big money at Menards.
It's not just about your hair, your skin, or your nails. It's about looking and feeling your best. And that's what it's all about at BJ Grand Salon and Spa. Our guests want to feel energized, refreshed, and renewed. Our professional staff will indulge your senses and leave you feeling and looking sensational. BJ Grand Salon and Spa. It's the beginning of a beautiful journey.
In our good news tonight, a young girl in Danville is turning her tragedy into something good.
The girl who lost her baby sister in a fire 3 years ago raised money to help another local family whose home was destroyed by flames in March. 5th grader Brittany Harden says she knew she had to help the Hillary family. Today, Harden gave them the benefits of her work. She raised around $130. The Hillarys are still sorting through their damage. They plan to rebuild.
Wow. Well, a new restaurant in Central Illinois is making a big name for itself. Robert Reese is on the road again, and this week he's in Paxton in Ford County, trying out the food at the Tin Pan.
Every time I go on the road, I ask you to let me know about good places to try. I was flooded with emails, letters, and phone calls about the Tin Pan in Paxton. It's been open less than a year, but owner Tara Hendricks says it was a long time coming.
I've spent 8 years in the restaurant business, but from a young age, I wanted to have my own restaurant. And it wasn't until recently that I thought I could halfway afford it. I sold curves for women, and that gave me a little bit of money to get started with this. And now it's all gone. No, but we have good business, so we're doing okay.
A lot of careful planning went into the concept of the Tin Pan.
There were several buildings available to rent in the downtown area, and this one seemed like it had the best canvas to work with. I mean, it was pretty much just a big empty box. And my mom and I put our heads together, and she's really the creative one, and the design concept came from her, and that's her specialty. So we thought we could use this space to make a really neat restaurant.
Now, the Tin Pan restaurant has not been open very long, but they have a huge following of loyal customers, and everybody seems to love everything about it.
It's that good. It is amazing. And the portions are good, the prices are great, and the people are wonderful up here. They really are nice.
Once I discovered it, then we've been coming up here ever since, this was a couple months ago we discovered it.
Nobody could seem to agree on a real specialty of the house, so we tried the daily lunch special, and some onion rings, and a twice-baked potato. All good. There is one unique menu item, those sweet potato fries. I forgot to order them, but tried them anyway. It's fairly new and waiting to be discovered. Check out the Tin Pan in Paxton when you're on the road. I'm Robert Reese, WCIA 3, News at 6.
Was Robert especially hungry, taking food from the table next door?
She should have swatted his hand.
He's lucky he came back with all his fingers on that one. He's lucky up there, I tell you. Well, the Cardinals playing well, and there's a certain guy who's knocking out home runs. We're not talking about Barry Bonds. He does not play for St. Louis. Instead, it's Albert Pujols doing it yet again. We'll talk about that and Illini tennis heading to the NCAAs. That and more next.
Tomorrow morning, targeting termites. We're dispelling the myths in Ag Answers.
And a preview of the U of I herb and plant sale. We'll see you in the morning.
Under George Ryan, the deficit grew to a record $5 billion. State Treasurer Topinka either knew about the mess and failed to do her job, or she didn't know and was asleep at the switch. And now she wants a promotion?
In a loan or lease, have 2 or 3 years left to pay? O'Brien Auto Park in Urbana's gonna set you free and get you into a new vehicle today. Oh, $5, $15, even $30,000 on your old trade? Once we make a deal, O'Brien's gonna set you free so you can drive the new vehicle you really want. Need credit? We finance your future, not your past. Rush in today and let O'Brien Auto Park in Urbana set you free at the corner of University and Cunningham in Urbana.
We were the first ones on our block to visit Mo.
I'm a visit Mo at night kind of guy.
Our family loves to visit Mo.
A guy's got to visit Mo when a guy's got to visit Mo.
I know. Why don't we stay in and visit Mo tonight?
Our grandkids showed us how to visit Mo.
We both love to visit Mo.
VisitMo.com, your place to plan the perfect Missouri getaway. Begin yours at VisitMo.com or call 1-800-MISSOURI.
My middle name is Visit Mo.
It was supposed to be a dream vacation, but it became their worst nightmare.
Who are you? Where's the victim's head?
We have a psychopath intent on drawing us into his game.
The shocking season finale of TV's most watched new show.
What the hell is going on here?
Criminal Minds. Then, what these CSIs are about to discover Aiden will make this their most personal case ever.
This is a scum that killed Aiden? What did you do?
New CSI New York, CBS tonight.
State Treasurer Topinka sits on the board that oversees $10 billion in state pension investments. Yet for 11 years, she's never attended a single meeting, not one.
That's the kind of no-show job I'd like.
80 missed meetings. What's she thinking?
Now's your chance to win cash with your WCIA3 Viewers Club car. Tonight's winning number is 012784. If this is your number, call during business hours tomorrow to claim your prize. Now, the 3-minute drill with Jason Elliott.
Instead of serving and volleying, driving is also a concern this week for Illinois men's tennis. As a matter of fact, the Illini are on the road right now, making their way down to Louisville, Kentucky, and round 1 of the NCAA tennis tournament. Now, this is basically Illinois' first away appearance in 8 years in tournament play. Despite that, the Illini enter the postseason as a 7 seed, but they're also what you might call tournament tested, which means these guys know exactly what to expect throughout the postseason.
Time has come. We've waited a year now. Been training really hard, especially kind of the last 2 weeks has really hit us at the time is right now, and we're all ready to take it, and everybody's extremely motivated, and we all believe that we are the best team in the country and go out and prove it.
Obviously, it's good to be confident. You don't want to underestimate your opponent, but you know, respect every opponent you play, but you still want to beat them as badly as possible. I think that's just, you know, sport. So we try to do our best at that, and you know, we'll go in there and do that again this year, hopefully.
And Illinois will face Western Illinois in an opening round match coming up on Friday. This is the Illini's 11th straight trip to the NCAAs. Albert Pujols has strong shoulders. He's not only carrying the Cardinals on them, he's also knocking out home runs with them. And today, Pujols cranked out yet another as the Redbirds closed out a midweek series against Colorado. The Cards trying for their 5th win in 6 games. And Pujols helping out right from the get-go. He goes deep to left here for his major league leading 18th home run. That's a lot. Birds led by 2, and then Juan Encarnacion. He follows the example there by Albert, and he sends this one deep to left field. This in the 3rd inning. It's also a 2-run shot, his 5th of the year. Colorado did make it interesting, but not quite close enough. 7-4 your final. Last night, the Cubs opened up a 3-game set against Barry Bonds in San Francisco. And as you may have heard, Bonds is just a home run shy of Babe Ruth in 714 career home runs. He nearly pulled even with the Babe here in the 5th inning. Deep to center, but check out, Juan Pierre, nice glove. Yeah. Ooh, sorry is indeed correct. Pierre pulling this one back. Great play in a losing cause, though. 6-1 as the Cards now drop their 8th in a row. Back home, Parkland College baseball is getting ready for another crack at the National Junior College Championship. The Cobras open up regional play tomorrow down in Springfield, and these guys are more than motivated. Last year, Parkland was the national runners-up, so this spring, the Parkland plan is to play well and to build on last season's success.
I think confidence is a huge factor. Knowing that we can get there, knowing that we have been there. Half of us been there last year, but it's one of those things where you can't look past. You know, you got to go out. You still got to keep doing your job.
This is what we played the whole season for. This is what they come here to be a part of this tradition, and hopefully we can back it up again this year.
Parkland is the top seed in this week's Region 24 tournament. They'll face either Lincoln or Shawnee in the opening round. Again, that's tomorrow in Springfield. Not a Barry Bonds fan, are you?
Barry who?
How's it go again?
You like my Simpsons imitation.
How was that?
One more time. We'll be right back.
Brought to you by Beltone Hearing Aid Service in Champaign, Danville, and Rantoul.
You may think these are chocolate-dipped cones from Dairy Queen, but look closer, and you'll see 2 juicy DQ cheeseburgers. Now 2 for just $2.22. Look closer still, and you'll see 2 beefy double cheeseburgers for $3.33. Great treats and great food. At DQ, there's more than one way to treat yourself when you look a little closer. And finish off with a DQ Blizzard of the Month.
The year is 1868. Memorial Day is first observed. Golf's first hole-in-one is recorded. Thomas Edison patents the electric voice machine. In Urbana, the University of Illinois opens to students, and 2 courageous brothers named Busey see their dream of opening a bank come true. A lot has changed since then, but one thing remains, Busey Bank. Still strong, still independent, still Busey. The Busey brothers would be proud, with banking centers in Champaign, Ford, McLean, Peoria, and Tazewell counties.
At Julie, we wish you could see what our utility members see. But you can't. It could save you money, even your life. Let Julie help open your eyes.
How do I know you're right for me?
Look, if you need individual health coverage, Custom Choice from Health Alliance has over 100 options.
I need someone who really cares.
We care about you and your health, so we don't charge a deductible for preventive care.
I know exactly what I'm looking for.
Great. Go to customchoice.org to get an instant quote. Call 1-866-247-3296 or call your insurance agent.
Carter's gives you free merchandise. That's right. Carter's is offering an additional 10% in free merchandise with every purchase. Choose from Carter's 30 to 50% off low prices on bedrooms, dining rooms, sofas, chairs, and more. Then get an additional 10% in free merchandise, furniture, lamps, accessories, free anything in the store. Or choose 1 year's free financing. Remember, low prices plus an additional 10% in free merchandise or 1 year's free financing. Now at Carter's Furniture in Urbana.
Kids fly without parents all the time, but you won't believe what happened to this pretty teen on a plane.
I was like shocked.
Molested by the creep sitting next to her. Terrifying story in the sky. Next Inside Edition.
Tonight at 6:30 on WCIA3.
And here's a look at what's making headlines tonight in Central Illinois.
Inside customers say disruption in their internet service is becoming a problem. The company says most customers should not be affected. Champaign police are looking for this woman. They believe she robbed the First Federal Savings Bank last week. In Danville, police are warning homeowners to be on the lookout for repair scams.
And coming up tonight at 10, the Urbana-Champaign Sanitary District cleans up even more than it needs to. I'm Sean Chiaba with why it's all to help the environment.
And you may want to keep an umbrella with you for the next couple of days, but watch out. The wind's blowing out of the 25 to 30 miles per hour by mid-afternoon.
A lot of inverted
umbrellas.
Thanks for watching.
Come watch the best women billiard players in the world as the Paradise Hotel Casino hosts the WPBA 2006 Midwest Classic, July 27th through the 30th. Tickets are available at the Paradise Gift Shop.
For 25 years, Drake Homes has been building homes as individual as their customers. Drake Homes starts with a clean sheet of paper, paying close attention to the needs of their customers. More space for a growing family. A peaceful retreat, because now it's just the two of you. Or maybe a special needs home, so you and your loved ones can continue to enjoy life.
The best move you'll ever make is Drake Homes.
bag up the cash with Mo for your money this May at Paradise Hotel Casino. Win one of 25 John Deere riding lawn tractors and your share of $45,000 cash. Visit Paradise for complete details.
Molested at 30,000 feet by the creep sitting next to her on the plane.
I was like shocked, patting my hand and rubbing my leg, and I was just like...
Terrifying story in the sky.
Did you sexually abuse that little girl?
Oh my God. He was sitting in his living room when the floor opened up and swallowed him.
You're kidding.
Then it's official. Britney Spears is pregnant again.
Don't worry, Dave, it's not yours.
Whoa! Where we found her after the big announcement, buying clothes in a baby boutique, and embarrassing security breach. A sensitive White House document found by this garbage man in the trash.
Secret codes, private phone numbers. Who's carrying the nuclear football? How did this happen?
Plus, he just keeps coming. Tom Cruise's latest Mission Impossible premiere in a small lumberjack town. Then, while the final 4 American Idols sing Elvis songs, check this out. Up for sale.
Elvis's first home.
The simple little place Elvis called home.
This is where Elvis slept.
And
this little pooch right here.
Tummy tuck on your lunch hour. 20 minutes to a flat stomach.
I'm really excited.
That's it.
Inside Edition with Deborah Norville.
Hi, everybody, and thank you for joining us. It almost sounds like science fiction. A giant hole that suddenly opens up and literally swallows a man as he's sitting in his living room relaxing. Jim Murray was given access to the house for this exclusive report.
This is your home? You're looking at an unbelievable sight. A giant sinkhole right in the middle of a house. This is 4-inch slab of cement, right, sir?
Yes.
And just everything below it is gone. It's 40 feet across and 12 feet deep, and it runs right through the living room. It killed Jason Shalhoub. He was sitting on his couch when the sinkhole opened up and swallowed him. His wife, Kathy, was awakened by the crash of their Northern California home collapsing. Listen closely to the 911 call a friend made, and you can hear Kathy's cries in the background.
I'm okay. No, you're not okay. Is there anybody else in the house? I can't find Jason. Oh, she can't find her husband.
I yelled at his name. There was no response, but I knew he was down there.
Jason was buried underneath several tons of rubble.
The whole roof came down on me, and the window exploded, and the other wall from my right side fell over.
Kathy climbed out the window, but Jason was trapped. Because the hole kept growing, it took rescuers 2 days to recover his body. So how did this freak accident happen? Geologists think the house may have been built on top of an old mine from California's gold rush days, and the ground just gave way after a huge rainstorm. Oh my goodness. So the wall buckled. Jason's father, Jerry, took me on a tour inside the now condemned home. This window imploded, effectively, right? Yes. You can see a shard of glass embedded right here in the wall, but this is where Kathy was able to climb out to safety. But what's even more incredible about Kathy's through-the-window escape is that she's 6 months pregnant. You're going to have a little boy?
Yes.
Now, Kathy and Jason's parents are left with their memories of the beloved teacher and Peace Corps volunteer. But Kathy still can't believe that the earth opened up and took Jason away.
I think at the beginning I was very angry. I wish that I went down there with him. And I wish I had jumped down there to be with him.
It's official, and it comes straight from Britney Spears. The pop princess is pregnant with her second child. April Woodard reports that Britney came to New York and broke the news to David Letterman.
Anything you'd like to say?
Don't worry, Dave, it's not yours.
Oh.
Whoa! With those words, Britney made it official. Baby number 2 is on the way.
So we've established now that you are in fact pregnant, is that right?
Yes, sir.
Oh, well, there you go. See, Paul?
Dressed in a sexy black dress that was loose in all the right places for an expecting mom, Britney Spears made a surprise appearance on The Late Show with David Letterman, confirming the rumors that have followed her for weeks. We broke Brittany's news to Cindy Crawford, who has 2 kids of her own, at an event in Beverly Hills honoring moms.
Oh, wow, she really wasted no time. 2 kids is more than twice as hard. For some reason, it's just a lot more juggling.
Brittany is believed to be 5 months pregnant. It was just 8 months ago that the 24-year-old gave birth to little Sean Preston, who popped up with his famous mom after The Late Show. She also fit in some baby shopping at the upscale shop Jockety, picking up a cap for Sean. And another Hollywood mom has good news about the birth of her second child. Here's your first look at Brooke Shields' new baby girl, Greer. In the new issue of People magazine out Friday, the actress reveals that she has not spiraled into the postpartum depression she feared.
When Brooke had her first baby, she had severe postpartum depression. This time around, Brooke was prepared to ask her doctor for antidepressants, but when she met with her doctor, she said, you know what, I think I'm okay now.
Tom Cruise would no doubt approve. He publicly sparred with Brooke over taking antidepressants to treat postpartum depression. But in People, Brooke says she didn't think twice about delivering her baby just down the hall from Katie Holmes.
She was just focused on her own C-section and making sure everything went smoothly.
And speaking of Tom Cruise, he's been to Rome, to London, Mexico City, and New York, and now he's added another stop on that Mission Impossible publicity tour, Aberdeen, Washington. Yep, Jim Murray reports on why a small lumberjack town like Aberdeen got a visit from Tom Cruise and Katie Holmes.
Tom Cruise and Katie Holmes are taking over a small town, and the citizens are loving every second of it. Tom and Katie arrived in a black SUV for a special premiere of MI3 in Aberdeen, Washington, a town of 17,000, about 2 hours southwest of Seattle. Some 2,000 screaming fans saw Tomcat up close. They wore matching leather jackets and sunglasses as they signed autographs, posed for photos. Tom even talked to a fan's mom on his cell phone. Tom then kissed Katie before taking the stage to get the key to the city.
I want to thank you for being so welcoming to me and Katie, and this is going to be a fun night.
So by now, you're probably wondering why Tom brought MI3 to such a small town. Well, this guy is the reason. Kevin McCoy won a contest to have his own private screening with Tom. And only Inside Edition is with the 27-year-old as he takes his first ever limo ride to the premiere. Kevin was greeted as a hometown hero as he walked the red carpet himself. It was a once-in-a-lifetime event for this 1-hour photo lab worker from Walmart, something he says he'll never forget.
It was awesome.
It was Lindsay Lohan's first movie premiere in nearly a year. She brought her sister Allie and mother Dina with her as she walked the red carpet for the LA premiere of her romantic comedy, Just My Luck.
I hope to do more roles like this and continue to do roles that are a bit darker.
Maybe more mature roles are appropriate because, after all, the teen queen is turning 20 in July. And she looked all summery in this flowing white halter gown with sequins. The paparazzi went wild as Lindsay signed autographs for fans. And if this premiere is any indication, there's no doubt that Lindsay's star is still shining.
Lindsay's movie, Just My Luck, opens around the country on Friday. Now, a startling security breach. A White House document containing sensitive information about President Bush's trip to Florida was found by a sanitation worker on a street in Washington, D.C. Kim Dean reports.
This White House document giving sensitive details of the president's visit to Florida was found, incredibly, by a garbage man on a street in Washington, D.C. The 20-page document has the presidential seal on the cover. It's a minute-by-minute schedule of the president, flight times of Air Force One, vehicle assignments, and exact details of the presidential arrival and departure times. The document even reveals which military attaché carries the so-called nuclear football, the secret codes used by the president in the event of a nuclear attack. We showed the document to security expert Bo Dietl.
Someone's dropping the ball on that. This information should not be privy to anybody.
The document was found in the trash by sanitation worker Randy Hopkins, a former prison inmate. It was lying among the trash on the street in a grim industrial section of D.C. He took it to Washington's WUSA TV.
I just wouldn't be able to live with it if it would have gotten to the wrong hands.
WUSA TV posted the document on its website with the sensitive portions removed.
Security means you don't let everyone know about it. That's what security is all about.
Whoever is responsible for the security leak, there's no question of its danger in the wrong hands.
Back in a moment.
Next, kids fly without parents all the time, but you won't believe what happened to this pretty teen on a plane.
I was like shocked.
Molested by the creep sitting next to her.
He like was patting my hand and rubbing my leg, and I was just like...
Terrifying story in the sky.
Did you sexually abuse that little girl?
Then, while the final 4 American Idols sing Elvis songs, check this out.
Viva Las Vegas.
Up for sale.